What's up guys, DK Jones here and welcome to the Turkish Grand Prix preview at the Intercity Istanbul Park, which had its first Grand Prix held in 2005 with a circuit length of 5.338 kilometers. C1 hards, C2 mediums and C3 softs will be our tire compounds for this weekend, and we're going to have 58 laps around the track. The lap record was a 1:24.770 by Juan Pablo Montoya, and the last Turkish Grand Prix was won by Hamilton. Perez came in P2 and Vettel stole a late podium. And the last Grand Prix, of course, in Russia was won by Hamilton. Verstappen came from last to second place and Sainz got on the podium. And the race distance, 58 laps around the track, is a 309.397 kilometers. So after Verstappen took his engine penalty, Hamilton leads the championship now with Bottas in P3. Norris is ahead of Perez with the two Ferraris behind them. Ricciardo is still in P8 with Gasly behind him, and Alonso rounds off the top 10 of the championship. Alonso's teammate Esteban Ocon is leading the bottom half with the two Aston Martins behind him, Vettel ahead of Stroll. Tsunoda is still in P14 with the two Williams behind him, Russell ahead of Latifi. Behind them is Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, and the two Haas drivers still yet to score. So Mercedes still lead the Constructors Championship ahead of Red Bull. McLaren are ahead of Ferrari, with Alpine leading the midfield battle ahead of AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. Williams are ahead of Alfa Romeo, and Haas are the only team still yet to score. Now it's time for our hot lap around Istanbul Park on the main straight. Last time we came here it was a very wet race, and the newly laid out tarmac really caught out many teams as we go flat out around the everlasting right hander of turn 2, uphill into turn 3 into a very heavy downforce inducing part of the circuit. Very undulating track actually as we go downhill constantly onto a tiny straight, lots of tiny miniature straights that aren't DRS zones. As we go uphill into the hairpin, you can brake very late and carry the speed on exit. You can get onto that exit curve if you like, onto the quadruple apex hairpin, which is very flat out, very satisfying to watch and very nice to look at as we go downhill into a sort of ball shaped layout. Braking now as we carry lots of speed through that sweeping chicane onto the long back straight into the last sector of the track. DRS is enabled through here as we go slightly uphill. Don't worry, Sebastian Vettel, Mark Webber isn't on the grid anymore as we approach Charles Leclerc's favorite curve, going onto the penultimate corner. The pit entry is right on the left side. Round the final corner, DRS active onto the main straight, and that was your hot lap of the Turkish Grand Prix. Prediction time now, and we're going into the final 7 races of the year, so these races are starting to become very important as I predict that Max Verstappen will take pole position in Istanbul with Hamilton joining him on the front row, Lando Norris in P3 on the same row as the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, Bottas qualifying ahead of Perez with Ricciardo right behind him, Gasly in P8 ahead of the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, and Russell making it to Q3 again in the Williams. Time for the race predictions again, and even though it doesn't look like it's going to rain on Sunday, I'm pretty sure we're still going to get a bonkers race. As for my predictions though, I have gone for Max Verstappen to turn his pole position into a win ahead of Hamilton, and Bottas securing a Mercedes double podium, Norris in 4th place, which is classified as best of the rest here, Latifi being the first DNF with 4 DNFs in the race, and George Russell being the driver of the day for obvious reasons. Now it's time for your weekend schedule, and it's very usual times, with Friday having free practice 1 at 11:30 to 12:30 and free practice 2 at 15 to 16. On Saturday we have free practice 3 at 12 to 13 and qualifying at 15 to 16. And of course on Sunday is the race at 15, and these are track times in Istanbul in Turkey, so you might have to find out what times these are where you are. But if you have enjoyed this video, please like and comment your predictions down in the comment section below. And from me, DK Jones, I'll see you next time.